are stronger than others. This is a point where a lot of people start getting lost and getting overwhelmed and start getting frustrated. So we're going to pause. We're going to say this. All right, we're going to go through the absolute rules that kitty cats has. Number one, a kitty cat will have 2 genes per trait. Have a visible trait, and you will have a hidden trait. If you breed 2 Genesis cats together, one of the hiddens can be a Genesis trait. Both of a kitty cat's traits, hidden and visible, will come from the parents. They're not just some random trait that comes from nowhere. It comes from their history, from their pedigree. One's going to be from mom, one's going to be from dad. You will never, ever, ever, ever have 2 fur traits. For an example, you will never have 2 fur traits come from mom or 2 fur traits come from dad. It will be one's from mom, one is from dad. Always, always, ever, forever, and ever, and ever. Hidden traits can become visible if you breed them out, and it can take generations and generations for a hidden trait to come out. The hidden trait is always going to be more dominant. No, have that backwards. The visible trait is always more dominant than the hidden trait. So whatever's hiding is recessive to whatever is showing. Okay, there are no random traits in kitty cats except for the starter cats, and that's because they're starter cats. And the special edition collector kitties fall under the same line. 2 traits cannot quote unquote morph into a 3rd trait. If the trait appears out of nowhere, it's because it's been literally passed down through generations as a hidden. And it happens. I have had a line that I swore was pure. And all of a sudden, 10 generations later, something pops out. I remember a friend of mine had been breeding Black Russians for, oh my gosh, I think he bred that line for over a year. And he was certain that line, more than a year, he was certain that line was solid. There was nothing hiding. It was Black Russian solid through. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, something else popped up. And he had to go back through that many generations of pedigree to go, oh, that was hiding back there all this time. It happens. It's really frustrating, but it happens. So these are the rules. Since day one, these are the rules, and they will never ever change. Another rule is what a starter kitty will hide. A lot of people forget this. I had forgotten this until I looked it up. Every starter kitty will hide a fur trait, an eye color trait, a tail trait, an ear trait, a whisker shape trait, and a color shape. They may hide the pupil size and eye shape, and they may hide a shade unless otherwise stated. Like the winter kitties and the winter kitties a few years back, we were told they hide flash. It was a brand new shade. Same with the love bugs. It was a brand new shade, and we were told that the love bugs are hiding blush. Other than that, we don't know if there's going to be a shade hiding on a starter kitty or not. And just because you got a starter kitty doesn't mean it's hiding a new trait. It can be hiding any trait that has not been retired. Retired means that a starter kitty can't hide it. Pure and simple. You can still breed them, but you're not going to find a starter kitty that's going to have it. Which is a good thing, because it helps with breeding programs. So, every starter kitty will have those traits, no matter what. And I have up here on the big green board what a fully Genesis kitty, a 0 trait kitty would have for their traits. Be Genesis fur, a Genesis eye, with curious big shape and pupil, natural shade, a Genesis tail, Genesis ears, and silver guitar whiskers. That is a 0 trait cat. That's what every starter cat starts out as. They're hiding traits, but that's what they have. That's what they show. So, okay. Are we making sense so far? Are we with us? Okay. Here's where I get to do my little show and tell. Here's how we're going to get to play hide and seek. Because this is where people get confused, is how the dominant and recessive chart works. Do you guys know how this works? I know Red does. Okay, but Savannah doesn't. All right. So we have a dominant trait. See the lovely great big blue box. Lovely blue box with dominant written all over it. And it's pretty big. Now, next to it, we have a smaller box. This is a recessive trait. You see how it's so much smaller? That is how this works. For this, we're going to use this as an example. Okay? So we'll say that the big box is, oh, let's see, where's a nice fur that's dominant? We will say it is a Siamese blue. Yay! You're welcome. You want a kerfuffle. Oh, you got a zombie sheep. Have fun with the zombie. All right, so we'll say that the big trait is a Siamese blue. Okay? And the recessive trait we'll say is, oh, let's see. We'll say an Australian Miss Ginger. That's one of the new traits. Okay? So, little recessive trait here. If dominant's trying to hide, he can't really hide behind recessive very well. He's just too big. You can see him really, really well. So it doesn't work. This is why a dominant cannot hide behind a recessive trait. He's too big. But a recessive can hide behind a dominant, no problem. See, can't see him at all. Totally hidden. So this is how this line works. It starts with, we'll use for the sake of this experiment, dominant traits are the ginormous, great big traits. And as you work down your line, they're getting smaller until you're left with a really itty bitty bitty one that can hide behind everything. It's kind of like the Russian dolls that fit inside of each other. Same idea. So that's how that works. This is how this works. This is why a dominant cannot hide behind a recessive. It's just too big. It sucks at hide and seek, basically. Whereas a recessive is really good at hide and seek because it can hide behind almost anything. Well, anything that's bigger than it. So the further down the recessive line you get, the more things it can hide behind. So on your cat, if you had these two traits, it would be showing the Siamese blue because it's the most dominant of the two traits. I can talk. And it would be hiding the Australian Miss Ginger because it can't be showing Aussie Miss Ginger and hiding the Siamese blue because Siamese blue is just too big. Does this make sense? Yay! Because that's the biggest hurdle. Once you got that, it gets so much easier. But that's the biggest hurdle, and that's why I do this visual little hide and seek thing, because that's what helped me when I was starting out, was having that visual to go, okay, now I get it. So now we're going to put this into practice. See, I'm going to actually make you work. And you thought this was just a fun thing. because I have pedigree examples that we're going to look at. Okay, let's see. Let's start with pedigree 1. Aki, yes. I make you work. Because the best way to learn is to do. Hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, Red. All right, let's see. What shall we pick? Oh, I don't know. I used to auction with a drink, but I did that on purpose. I have social anxiety attacks, and so having a drink actually helped calm me down enough that I could actually relax and yeah. So public speaking has become really difficult for me, but I love doing it. So when I was auctioning in the evenings, I'm diabetic, so I would get those horrible, horrible alcoholic sparkling waters, and I would drink those while I was auctioning because it would fuzz me out just enough that I could calm down and do the auction and have fun with it. Because there's no point in auctioning if you can't have fun. So let's look at the. Has this rezzed in for everybody? Okay. Let's see. What I what eye trait is hiding on this kitty? Yes. It's on the Google charts, it's at 39. Yes. Autumn leaf is a very dominant eye. Yes, it is. That is hiding. There's also a chance that it's hiding Audie Bellini. Hmm? Yeah. You see how on Dad's side there's that galaxy moon? That can't be hiding because it got the autumn leaf from Dad's side already. So it can only take one from each side. So because it's showing Dad's a trait from Dad's side, it has to be hiding something from Mom's side. Yes. So it's hiding Galaxy Trip with a chance of Audie Bellini. It's hiding either or. Because Audie Bellini is what this mom is hiding. Mom's hiding Odyssey Bellini. So baby could have gotten either one, either her shown or her hidden, since both are recessive to Autumn Leaf. Does this make sense? Awesome. I like it when it makes sense. That's a good thing. All right. Savannah, does this make sense for you? You were right. You got it right. I'm very impressed. I think she is. Oh, no, she just crashed it. Oh dear. Or at least she's gone. Oh dear. All right, well, we'll go on to another one then while we're waiting for her to come back. All right. Pedigree number 2. I have several. We'll skip around a few. Yep, I'm good. I'm a good teacher. Mom always said I should have been a teacher, and I'm like, yeah, no, no. Okay. Well, this one is line breeding. Here's where we have fun because you don't know which side things passed from. So, as an example here, we're showing Cat Lavender, which is one of my personal favorites. Oh, and Rose won something, and she's not even here. That's funny. Yeah, she's 70 meters away. Apparently, that's in its range. I should change that. I wonder if I can change its range. Yes. Yeah, this is the incest stuff. Yeah. I don't call it incest because a lot of people have issues with that term. Oh no, that's fine. A lot of people do. I don't personally have a problem with it, but I remember a very large issue in the kitty cat group chat, and Callie had to say, please call it line breeding in group chat. But a lot of people will still call it incest, and that's fine. You know, I call it I call it line breeding because that's really how I look at it. And I have a joke that if you've ever been to Rain's auctions, he'll go on about the incest rodeo and blah blah blah. Yeah, I know Callie really doesn't like it called that. My quote that I used in my auctions was not incest, royal bloodline pure commoners. Because royalty always interbred to keep because they didn't breed with commoners. So it's called. So to me, I always call it. It's not incest. It's keeping the line pure from commoners. This is you gotta find funny things to do in your auction or yeah. you know so that was my thing. You're keeping the line pure from commoners, we're good. you know but it does make things interesting for figuring out what's hiding. So yeah, we know that this cat is hiding bugger caramel. It's getting it from either side. We don't know which one. It doesn't really matter in this case because that's all that can be hiding back there. Same with everything in this particular case, actually, is it's coming from both sides. It doesn't matter. Oh, well, no. Let's see. Do. Morning glory, right. So the only real difference would be the ears. And even then, we know it's hiding Scotty Fold. Even though mom, yeah, because it got the soft fold boo-boos from mom. And even though dad is showing mysterious, which is way dominant to soft fold boo-boo, dad is hiding Scotty folds, just like mom. So we know that this baby is hiding Scotty fold, which in my case is not unexpected. I put Scotty folds on everything. It's like my favorite ear. I don't know if you are you in the United States hockey? No, I didn't think so. Okay, then you would never have seen the. Have you seen the Red Hot Frank's Red Hot commercials? Ah, then you would not understand this. Song Dog also put Scotty folds on everything, and I used to tell people that Song Dog and I are like the Red Hots lady because in the commercials, it's this little old granny who's winning prizes for these different food contests, and they're like, "What's your secret?" Frank's Red Hot sauce. I put that shit on everything. Only the shit part is blanked out. So I always say we're like the Frank's Red Hot lady. We put that bleep on everything. Yeah. It's it You gotta have fun. Otherwise, what's the point? So, all right. What kind of things are you having troubles with figuring out, Aki? Uh-huh. Well, here's the thing. Here's the downside to line breeding. You take two cats that are almost the same like my two are, like mom and dad are. See, this baby may not be hiding Twigger Caramel. This kitty could be hiding Aussie Cat Lavender. It can be showing the shown fur from mom and hiding the shown fur from dad. That's the thing with line breeding, is that you can have a baby showing and hiding the same thing. There is a chance. And that's something to remember when you're dealing with line bred cats. Is it is not guaranteed that this cat is hiding Twigger Caramel. It could be solid. There might not. It might not be there anymore. Yeah. Yeah, it is a very dominant fur, but it's such a beautiful fur. Aussie Lavender is what got me into kitty cats. I was looking for a cat for a friend of mine because she'd been given one and she wanted a mate for it and sent me to go looking for it because that makes logical sense. I'd never seen kitty cats before. And I'm looking around the secondary markets going, oh my dear, oh my gosh, oh my, rocks, you should not have sent me here. And I saw an Aussie Cat Lavender with Illume shade and went, nope, porcelain shade, I lie. And went, that's mine. And that's how I got into kitty cats. Hmm. They can be. Yep. Yes. Like, let me check something. I think these are solid for the eye. I don't, I think Verdant is dominant to Morning Glory. I think so, because that was my end result. That's what I was going for, was the Morning Glory. Because I'm one of these people who I'm specifically breeding for dominant traits that I really like that we never see anymore. Da, 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 da. There's, no, that's Morning Dew. Where's Morning Glory? Okay, there's Verdant. That's at 100. And I cannot see. I used to be really good at reading this, but I don't auction. Well, I don't auction anymore. The more you're auctioning, the better you'll get at it. Well, am I missing it? Red, can you see it? 37. Oh, it's way the heck up there. Yeah. Okay, so it could be hiding verdant. How'd that happen? Why did I do that? That was silly of me. Yeah, solid means what's on the board here. The pure is when the cat, yeah, you really only use the term pure when it's the most recessive available because you know there can't be anything hiding. You know, unless they have documentation from the beginning from their starter cats showing what's been bred, you just say solid because you never know if something's hiding back there. Like I said, It can be hiding for 20 chapters, suddenly come out. Nope, I go further back. I go as back as I can. I go back as far as I can. Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. I go back as far as I can. So, and if I can't go back very far, then I will say, you know, this is as far back as I could go, so as far as I can tell, this is solid. Or as far as I can tell, this is what's hiding. You know. But for the purposes of the class, I'm just going with what the basic pedigree is. Because otherwise I have to get into doing links and it's just a pain in the butt. So I just do screenshots of a few different things. Okay, let's see another one. Rezzing. Oh, my Tonkinese with the scary nebula eyes. Alrighty. Yeah, that is handy. Or I'll highlight the one that I've found and then I go looking for the other one to see which is above or below it. It's helpful. But the more of this you do, the easier it will be to find those traits because you'll remember in the general vicinity of where those eyes are, and where those traits are. You know, when I started auctioning again, when I briefly auctioned again, it took me about, and hopefully eventually I'll be able to auction again. But right now my life is just a little too busy for it. My kids have swim practice 4 nights a week. So that takes up a lot of my time. So yeah. All right, let's take a look at this. Dee 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 die. All right, so let's look at the eye on this one and let's figure out what's hiding on it. Since we're working on eyes today, apparently. Yes. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. You're hiding either Exotic Journey or Soul Whisper. Yeah, you got it. Nebula is like way up. It's 64. And now you don't need to worry about the Galaxy Star or the Soul Sparkle on Mom's side, right? Yeah, yeah, because Galaxy Nebula passed. Yeah, right. So it doesn't matter what else is hiding in Mom's line. Yeah, yeah. It's showing Mom's trait, which means anything else that Mom has doesn't matter. You only go by Dad's side. See? Yes, and this is why we get you guys to we train with you guys because there are auctioneers out there who will try and convince you that you can get from both sides. Like that, no, the Galaxy Star could still be hiding back there. No, no, it can't. Soul Sparkle cannot be hiding on this cat. Absolutely, utterly impossible. Right, right. That's it. Yeah, exactly. But it's because I finally figured out why they want to believe this so badly. It's because Kitty Cats is the only one that does this. All the other breedables out there, it's as long as it's back there, as long as it's back there, it can pull. That's how the amaretto horses are, and it drove me batty when I was doing with the pony pals. I hate that because you can't breed for anything specifically then. See, this, you can specifically breed for things with kitty cats because you know, okay, what's on mom's side don't matter no more. We now focus on what's on dad's side for that. Yeah, and the shade is the same thing. Mom's showing it's the twinkle that passed on to the baby, which means it can only be hiding blush. Yeah, kitty cats is the only one that does this. And I think that's what makes us so unique. So, okay, let's look at it does. Yep, it is. Exactly. It's way too random. All right. So now we're going to show you my personal frustration. So here we have a fun little thing. They did finally give me a girl, by the way. So you see we have the Tiger Purple, which is a starter kitty. And I put him with an Abyssinian salt and pepper to try and find out what he was hiding. Now, it doesn't show on this pedigree list, so I will tell you this. The Abbey Salt and Pepper is hiding the Australian Mist Dark Chocolate. Okay. So the Abbey Mist Dark Chocolate came from mom's side. Okay. Well, yeah, except that this line continued to either give me, if they were boys, they would give me Aussie Mist Dark Chocolate or Abyssinian Salt and Peppers. If they were girls, they would give me Genesis Pearl 2s. Now, why would I not be able to take a Genesis Pearl 2 and the Aussie Mist Dark Chocolate and breed them together to find out what this purple is hiding? Well, the Gen is no longer my Gen Pearl girls aren't hiding what the purple is, what the Tiger Purple is hiding. Those Gen Pearl girls are hiding Abyssinian Salt and Pepper or Aussie Mist Dark Chocolate because it's shown from dad. That Genesis Pearl 2 came from dad, which means she's no longer hiding what dad's hiding. You see the problem? So I could put her with this boy, and I'd get Aussie Miss Dark Chocolates from now until next Christmas. But I would never, ever, ever find out what's on that what that purple is hiding because she's not hiding that trait anymore. You see the problem? However, they have since given me a girl, so I have to start line breeding those two now. Don't know yet. I could. I could take it and and put it with a a Toiger Snow if I really wanted to find out. I could do that. I I tend to do the long route. There are two ways to find out what's hiding on a starter. Take the most recessive stuff and throw it at it, and you're going to get what's hiding on that starter kitty. However, then all of your babies are hiding the most recessive stuff, and you can overshoot, and you overshoot then when you do line breeding or anything. So that's why I was using the Abyssinian salt and pepper. It's kind of a mid-grade fur. You know, I had forgotten that the Aussie Miss dark chocolate was hiding back there, but it still works. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking a boy and a girl from this line and breeding them together and see what's hiding. It takes longer, but it means that that hidden fur will then be the most recessive in that line. It'll be solid in that line. So yeah, it takes longer and it's a lot more frustrating, but then we aren't swamped with, oh, tiger bubblegum hiding Toiger snow, you know, because it's almost impossible then to to get the new furs solid because they were bred with something so recessive that you're constantly going to be overshooting your mark. So it's a give and take though, because if you get them quick, you can sell them for a whole bunch. So, you know, and I mean, both ways work because you can take that cat with a really recessive trait hiding on it and breed it with something really dominant and then breed back. You know, so I mean, you can do it. There are ways to get back to the new fur without overshooting it. It can just be a little frustrating at times. You know, it's why I didn't go and buy a lot of the new tiger furs. Like, because they were all, I didn't see a single one up for auction that wasn't hiding something massively recessive behind it. And I didn't want to have to deal with it. Yeah. So that's something to keep an eye on when you're doing these is what's hiding and where did it come from. And, you know, I mean, now we're going to get swamped. Like these Halloween cats that everyone has thrown Toiger Snow and whatever to, we are now going to have a bazillion starter, you know, new kitties hiding Toiger Snow. And Toiger Snow will no longer be cool because it's everywhere. You see, you see the problem I'm having here. You know, that's what happened with so many furs. What was one red that just got overbred like crazy for a while? There were a few that have just been overbred like crazy, and to the point where, well, Vermilla chocolate silver shaded. You can't sell a Vermilla chocolate silver shaded to save your soul anymore because they're everywhere. Right, because that's what everyone used to breed to a starter cat. Yeah, you know, it's going to take a year for that to fade out, and people will actually want that fur again. Yeah, yep. Snowshoe cream was one. Um, one of the salt and peppers was one. Which one was that one? Yep, yep, yep. Now, we're going to talk about retired traits. I briefly touched on them. You know what a retired trait is, right? Yeah, you cannot, the starter kitties will not hide a retired trait. Yeah, starter cats, limited edition cats, a collector cat will not be hiding a retired trait. So, if you take retired traits, a cat with a bunch of retired traits, and put it with a starter cat, if you get that retired trait back, you know that it didn't come from the starter. So you know that that cat is now hiding whatever that starter is hiding. That's why retired traits in breeding is such a huge thing. You get it narrows it down. You know for a fact that the starter cat cannot be hiding um what? Let's say, let's say my favorite. Well, Aussie cat chocolate is one. Bengal snow. We'll take Bengal snow because I love Bengal snow. Bengal snow is a retired trait. So if you put a Bengal snow with a tiger purple, and you get Bengal snow back, well, you know that you are hiding something more recessive than Bengal snow because you know that that cat can that starter is not hiding Bengal snow. I had made up an entire line of all retired traits. I had a Bengal snow with apple eyes, um, blush shade, I think it was. I forget what all of them were, but I had everything as a retired trait. And I just finished it when at the time Bengal snow was the most recessive retired trait. I just finished the line and they retired the seal. And I'm like, really? Yeah, the bounty seal links, which is more recessive than Bengal snow. And I sat there and I went, well, crap. But it was still a great line. And I would sell them every now and again at auction. And the people who were like line breeders and stuff, yeah, would just snatch them up. They're like, oh my God, it's all retired traits. Oh my God. And they were all excited. And everyone else is looking at them going, but it's a Bengal snow. They're going, yeah, but it's retired. And right. Limited edition is different than retired. Remember, tiger, like the menagerie tigers, were hiding traits that you can only get from menagerie tigers. Like, what was it? Tiger curl ear. No, tail, wasn't it? Tiger curl tail. But those are things you have to look for. Jade eyes only came from the menagerie tigers. You won't find them on a starter. The only way you could get them, lemon, yeah. Um, Let me look here. Yeah, the lemon, wild cherry, blueberry, apple, plum, huckleberry. Those all came from a collection of kitties. Lucky Irish clover only came from a St. Patrick's Day kitty that was a random drop. Royal sapphire only came from the Duchess and the Duke, which were also a random drop. I fluked out on that one. I had it went off on my line that had jade eyes, so I'm good either way. It's like solid. So those are things you have to remember too. And then you have the fancies. Don't forget about the fancies. Because those you can only get those traits from the fancy cats. So yeah, there's like a ton to remember, but oh my gosh, it gets easier. It really, really does. You'll find yourself that it gets so much easier as you get used to them. It's a lot of fun to auction. It really is. Mhm. 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 Absolutely. Because it's a retired trait, which means you know that this tiger cannot be hiding it. See, what's frustrating is when I mean, there is a chance here. In this case with this tiger could be hiding Australian Miss Dark Chocolate. I could be completely wasting my time. Yeah, but if you put that snowshoe cream with it, well, you know that that tiger cannot be hiding it. And that's why retired traits are really good to breed with, is because if you get it back, it has to be hiding something. It can't be hiding that cream. Yeah, a lot of people give up because they want the instant gratification, And this is the people who breed the cats because they love it don't care if it takes a little bit longer. The ones who are in it for the instant gratification, yeah, we're hardcore. Yeah, but honestly, the ones who are in it for the instant gratification don't stick around all that long. They last maybe a year and they're gone. It takes a lot of time. And it's not something that you do because you want to get rich at all, especially since prices have dropped. I mean, it used to be, I remember it used to be, you could make money off of these. Oh, yeah, Fabio got massively rich off of it. Yeah, but not anymore. I remember when the first Balinese flame lynx came up for auction. It came up for auction on Sonura's auction, and it broke the record for a non-charity auction. It broke the record. I think it went for something like 300,000. Yeah, it was something like $600 in US money is what it amounted to. Yeah. Oh, Sonora was shaking the entire time she was doing the auction. She was like, "Oh my," she was in my IM going, "Oh my God, Corvi." Yeah, it went for like 300,000 linden. It was the very first one to ever come up on auction. I freaked out when I'd gotten an orange megapus that was a purball, like the Christmas ornaments from a couple years ago. I sold that a few months ago. Yeah, ginormous orange megapus. I didn't want it. I bred it, but I didn't want it. So so I sold it at auction a few months ago, and it went for 80,000, and I was in shock. Like, holy crap! That's like my rent for the next 2 months. That's the most I've ever sold a cat for. That's the most one of my cats has ever sold for. It was 80,000, and I was in shock. But if I were to sell some of my old limited editions, yeah, I mean, I have some old limited editions that I could get that easily if it was advertised right. I have one of the first Nico kitties. And a Nico kitty could easily go for 80,000. Um, Let me find them. I'll show you. They were the very first limited edition, or one of the very first limited editions, and it was for the tsunami relief in Japan. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, project for Japan. I have I have the courage one. I'll post it in local. I have the yellow one. Yeah, I know. He has like 10 of the leopard cats. You know that, Red? He's hoarding 10 of the leopard cats, the ones that there were only 99 of them ever sold. Ticks me off. Hmm. Yeah, I joined in 2012, right before the Love Leopards and Love Letters came out. That was when I joined. And I have, over the years, I have bought a few of the 2011 collector cats because I liked them. You know, I have a couple Ice Babies, I have a couple Lazy Daisies, I have my Nico Courage. I have two Skelecats now. I'm so happy. I have the white one, not the special limited, the special one. I don't have the Telltale Heart. I just have the regular white, and I have the Harvest Moon one now too. I never got the Devil Dolls. I didn't like them. I have the giraffe. I have the giraffe as a teacup too. I love the giraffe teacup. It's so cute. And I have the Love at First Bite. The I have the male vampire from 2011 as well. I got him for like 5,000 Linden. I totally stole him. So yeah, yeah. Those the older collectors can actually go for a fair bit of money still. Nice. I never actually bothered getting the regular tiger. I have the white as a normal, and I have the rainbow as a teacup, and then I have the giraffe as a teacup. I'm sure if I cleaned out my cattery, I could probably get about three more cats, three more menageries, but I'm not bothering. I'm saving up for a fancy cat. I only need 10 more emeralds, and I'll get get my second fancy cat. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to that. I'm wanting the purple one. I got the green one last time. Nice, because mine weren't hiding anything. None of my menageries have ever hidden anything. In fact, up until the Tigers, none of my starter kitties have ever hidden anything. And which one is it now? I can tell you, because that's one of my visuals. Right, my Tiger Rainbow was hiding Tiger Bubblegum. Which was a shocker for me. Well, I mean, I paired my Tiger Rainbow with a Russian Black. I was positive I was going to get Russian Black back out of that. Nope, I got a Tiger Bubblegum. I went, wow, but Bubblegum is really dominant. Because Russian Black is pretty darn dominant. I haven't even opened the Halloween cats yet because I'm still working on these. Well, see, that's the thing. With my Tiger Purple, I know he can't be hiding a tiger color because all the tiger colors are dominant to the Aussie Mist, the Aussie Chocolate, the Abyssinian Dark Chocolate. I mean, yeah, there isn't a single tiger that's recessive to the dark chocolate, so I know I'm not hiding a tiger. Now I could still be hiding the Australian Miss Ginger. That is still a possibility. Well, it can't be the new one because this is from the Tigers, and the new one didn't exist then. Isn't the new one from the Halloween kitties? Yeah. Yeah. So, well, true. It could. You're right. We might not have found them all. You're right. That has happened. Callie has confirmed that there have been times where a new trait has never actually been discovered. It's in there, but it never actually got pulled. That's true. But the fact that it was a football head leads me to believe. Oh, come on, like it doesn't look like a football. It totally looks like a football head. I mean, it's bad enough that a couple of my friends call the kitty cats the bobbleheads. I'm terrified to see what they're going to say when I show them the football head. Ah, blast. Hang on 2 seconds. I got someone at the door. Sorry about that. My neighbor's grandson had come looking for my son. All right. All right, I'm going to turn this thing off since there's not enough people. But yeah, um, yes, right. Like we were saying the apple and the lemon and the wild cherry eyes. Those all came from the love leopards and the love letters. The only way you could get them was from those cats. So yeah, there's some that are like that. Yes. Yeah, kinda. But it's also kind of fun, you know. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. Right. Yeah. Trades always come out with new collections, but not all of them are locked to a collection. Certain ones are. Like with the love leopards and love letters, you could get the apple, the lemon, the mint julep, there was all those eyes that you could only get from them. Blush shade came from the love bugs. Only the love bugs were gonna hide them. I think. No, you can get blush from a regular one now, can't you? I think you can. Maybe not. Hmm. Right. Yep, it's retired. So, yeah, you could only get them from the love bugs. And there was the snowflakes, I think, that got the flash. Fortunately, it's such a pretty shade that everyone uses them. Was it the con? See, I didn't breed the scarecrows. That was when I took a year off. Actually, I think I took off. Yeah, but it won't be limited only to the tigers. It'll be in all of the starter cats now. But they were introduced with the tiger line. Yeah, but the tigers are locked to the tigers, right? Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Yeah. The new ones are um, sachet tail, tiger fold ears. Yeah. Well, that's how it is. The only trait that has not gotten a new trait in it for ages is shade. Because blush is the most retired and it's the most recent. It's the most recent shade and it's the most recessive shade. And blush came out with the love bugs in, let me see, what year did the love bugs come out? Dee, 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 dee. 2013. Yeah. Well, that's because Flash and Blush you could only get from starter cats. From collector cats, you could only get Blush from the love bugs. You know, but the reason we don't get a new shade is because if we were to get a new shade, Callie would have to go through and create that shade for every single fur. See, for all the other traits, she just has to do a new texture and boom, there you go. But for the shade, she would have to make it for every single fur. And I don't think she's ever going to do it. There's too many of them now. Yeah. Yeah, and even the retired ones, exactly. She'd have to do all of them. And it would take for bloody ever. Fortunately, I think Flash and Blush are two of the best shades there are because they lighten up the coat texture just enough that it really, really highlights all the texturing that she does. But it doesn't turn them into a light bulb like the Illume does. Because I'm sorry, you put a Illume on a white cat and you have a light bulb. Yes. And yeah, I mean a lot of them look really good with the natural too. You're right. All of the shades are really, really, really pretty. Nice. That would be awesome. And yes, I do call the white cats with a loom. I call them light bulbs in my. I've done it. Everyone's just like, "Oh my God, Corvi." I'm like, "What? It's a flippin' light bulb. Tell me it's not." So yeah, you can light up a room with them, but they're cute. They're so fuzzy looking. So but yeah, yeah. And find your niche though. Find what works for you. I mean, when I first auctioned the first time around, because I started out auctioning the breedable butterflies, the papillons. And I also auctioned, oh gosh, what all have I auctioned? The pet peddler fish. I did the Gaia birds for a little bit. I did the WK cats for a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave soon too. But see you soon, Red. Find your niche. Back then, I auctioned as a petite, and only as a petite. I create my own furniture, so I created a petite-sized throne, and I sat in my throne, and that's how I auctioned. In fact, the entire breedable community did not know that I could be human. But that was my niche. That was my thing. I was the petite that bred things that auctioned off things that were bigger than I was. You know? And it worked. And it was fun. Nowadays, I don't bother. I just, if I'm, I don't even typically come as a dinky even. I just did that because I could find a Queen of Hearts costume. So I wore that today. Normally, I'm human.